Church-state relationship and theory of two swords. The period from about 500 to 1450 AD is known as medieval period in Europe. During this period the non-political activities predominated. As a result, not much of new ideas emerged in the political field. However, this view is not acceptable to Barker, who says that there was abundant political thought in this period. Some of the important ideas which dominated the medieval political thought were that the Church Fathers tried to present the state as a contemptible institution which originated in the sin or fall of man. In addition to this, three other theories regarding origin of state also prevailed during this period. These were the divine origin theory, the contractual theory, and theory of natural origin of state. The medieval thinkers preferred monarchy over democracy because it ensured efficient and strict government. The concept of law also occupied an important position in the medieval political thought. However, the concept of law during this period differed from the concept of law in modern times. The law was considered as superior to king, who was expected to fully abide by law. The concept of sovereignty was completely unknown during the medieval times. The medieval thinkers did not conceive sovereignty in absolute terms and considered divine reason and moral order as serious check on the political authority. The laws of nature and church also acted as a check on authority of his sovereign. In short, the concept of sovereignty in the sense in which we understand it in our times was fully unknown to the medieval political thinkers. Medieval thinkers held faith in universalism. They considered the church and the state as indivisible parts of the society and worked for the good of the man. However, they accorded preeminent position to the church. This preeminent position of the church is evident from the fact that the Pope was invited at all coronation ceremonies of kings. The rise of feudalism also greatly contributed to the rise of the church. A notable feature of medieval thought was papal theory. This theory treated the empire as the secular arm of the church, which was set up by the Pope for its own purpose and was therefore answerable to the Pope alone. The church as the custodian of the spiritual authority was regarded as superior to the state, which represented the secular authority. The state was responsible to God through the Pope, who could depose the unholy kings and princes. In short, the papal theory asserted that papal authority was supreme in ecclesiastical as well as secular matter. Church also used the instrument of excommunication to assert its superiority. During the medieval period, three theories were propounded regarding supremacy of church of state. The first theory subordinated the church to the king and treated religion as a department of the state. The second theory accorded position of supremacy to the church and stood for hegemony of Pope over emperor. The third theory treated the Pope and emperor as co-equals, with each having its own sphere and duties. It wanted that the church should concern itself only with the spiritual matters and leave the secular affairs to the state. This theory is popularly known as the theory of two swords. It was propounded to assert the independence of the state from the church. The seeds of the institution of representation can also be found in the medieval political thought. The emergence of three estates, the people, the noble and the clergy, with each sending representatives to the council, can be traced to the medieval period. The institution of feudalism also emerged during the medieval period. As Sabina has put it, feudal institutions dominated the Middle Ages as completely as the city-state dominated antiquity. The feudal lords asserted that they were not the agent of king and did not enjoy any delegated powers. On the other hand, they enjoyed their own powers. The powers which the king was able to wield depended on his ability to limit the authority of the feudal lords.